Well guys, it's time to get our strap on. Camera strap I meant, you dirty beggars. What about you guys? How's it going? Hope you're all keeping well today. Hope everything is good where you are. So, it's Monday, start of a new week. What are we going to talk about today? Well, you know, like whenever you get your camera, whether it's your first camera or your 16th camera, depending on how much your spouse allows you to get in a time, and you open up the box and you tear everything open and there's the camera in all its glory, but you also get a lot of different bits and pieces in the box too. You get your battery, charger, instruction manual, all of that junk, but you also get the one thing that you do get really excited about, and that's this guy, your camera's neck strap. Because then you go, oh, this way I can hang the camera from my neck, and that way I don't have to have it in my hands all the time. When I'm walking around, I can just hang there. Oh, it's just so handy. Plus, oh, it's got the brand and all on it too, so that way I can show off what brand and all I'm using. And then it comes to installing the strap, because yeah, we get excited about these here, but then when it comes to putting on the strap, it's just you need like a degree in rocket science for this here, because you have to loop it around a hole and put it around another loop and then flip it around and twist it and pull it and bop it until finally you have one side done. And then you have to go and do the other side, do the exact same thing, and then keep making sure you're nice and level, and by pulling and pushing and doing all these different things until you spend about half the day just putting on the strap, and then you go, I don't want to use the camera now, just wait for another day. And then further down the line, you then maybe start to realize, well, this, you know, I mean, it's great having a strap that has the brand and all on it. I can be so show-offy, but they're actually really not that comfortable. They're not that well made. They dig into the neck a good fair bit. Plus, if you ever decide you get yourself a heavier lens or anything, these don't really support all that well. So then you start to wonder, well, what exactly do I do with this here? Well, first of all, this is what you do. You do this. You throw it away. And then you go out and then you upgrade your camera strap game. There's a lot of different manufacturers out there for camera straps, but the one that I use the most and the one that I highly recommend are a company known as Peak Design. Peak Design are a very reputable brand that make camera straps, camera bags. Now they've started doing tripods, and they've always been all about quality, but making it as easy for the photographer as possible. So today I wanted to talk about one of the straps that I own, and that's this guy here. This is the Peak Design Slide Lite. So just wanted to spend a day just talking about some of the good things, some of the bad things about this strap, why I own it, and why I say that it's probably really easy to get this onto your camera, so that maybe if this is something that you've been looking out for, I hope maybe this video can help you out. Now, in no way has Peak Design sponsored this video. This is just an honest opinion about a product that I own. So whenever you watch a lot of photographers on YouTube and you look at their cameras, you probably might see something hanging from their cameras that look like this here. It's like a little anchor of sorts, and you're probably wondering, well, what the heck is all this here about? Well, this is actually something from Peak Design that they use for their straps. This is a little anchor. So whenever I mentioned before about how you have the manufacturer's own strap and that you have to do so many different things to get the strap on, well, when it comes to Peak Design, they make it so easy. You get these little anchors and they just go into, whether it's the little triangle on the side of your camera or into the little loop, and then you just sort of loop it on around like so, slide that in, pull, and that's it. It's all on. I mean, that literally only took a couple of seconds, if even. And then you can also see that you get a couple of them for either side of the strap. And this is probably what makes Peak Design stand out from the rest of the other sort of camera strap manufacturers, because they do create these anchors that are so reliable. They're so sturdy too. Like, they're made very well. They're made nice and thick. Now, they do give you a little guide in the box about whenever these start to wear out, but I've had these sort of anchors with my cameras for a couple of years now, and they're still going. They're still really strong. I have a lot of trust and a lot of faith in these guys. So before I show off the strap itself, I thought I would show you what's all in the box. There's not really all that much, but you do get this nice neat little carry case that's made very strong, very sturdy, that the strap and all goes into. But inside you do get a lot of different bits and pieces. You get an additional anchor, and it does give you instructions about the longevity of these anchors, what you should look out for with the thread. But you get an additional anchor in there, which is really good. You get an Allen key, and the reason why you get an Allen key is for this here. This is a little plate that goes onto the bottom of your camera, so that way you can turn your next strap into a sling strap. And that's what the beauty about this strap and all is that it has multiple different sort of carrying functions, so that way you can have a comfort that you're mostly happy with. So a lot of people like hanging their straps from their necks. Sometimes it can get a bit strenuous, but you can then turn this strap into a sling, so that way it's hanging down from the side. Don't worry, I'll get showing you what that looks like later on in the video. But yeah, this little plate goes onto the bottom of your camera. Now, this doesn't mean that this is a tripod plate or anything, but Peak Design do offer a separate one that is essentially a bigger version of this here, but it is an actual plate that can go onto your tripod, and then you can put these anchor-ons too. So then that just goes onto the bottom of your camera, just into where the tripod plate would go onto your camera, and then you just use the little Allen key just to tighten that up. You do get other bits and pieces in the box, like an instruction manual, and you get a little sticker as well. I've already put that sticker on my laptop, so I have done. But of course, the main thing that you get in the box is the strap itself, and this is it. This is the Peak Design Slide Lite, and as you can see, I got this here in the ash color, which is more like a sort of gray color. You can get it in black if you want. I think they're the only two colors that they offer. But this is the strap, so it's made out of a nylon webbing, which is really nice and durable. But the beauty about this is that it's nice and comfy. And then you also get the Peak Design logo in leather and all along here. You get this sort of rubberized grip on the top side, because if you wanted to, you can flip this strap around, so that way it's not going to move around or anything too much. Personally, to me, I think they probably should have done away with this here, because it's kind of silly that you have to flip it around and then it doesn't move all about the place. I think you should have either put it onto the bottom or just gotten rid of it. That's really the only downside that I find about this strap. But this is where the ease of use come in, because remember those anchors I was showing you? These little guys? Well, where these go, they go into this part of the camera strap, and all they do is just sit on in, pull and lock. That's it. And then I do the exact same on the other side. I just push it on in there, pull, lock. How quickly did I get that camera strap on compared to the manufacturer's camera strap? That literally only took a couple of seconds. And then if I want to again, all I just have to do is push the little anchor in and pull out. And that's the strap off. It's just so quick and it's just so easy, but it's durable. I mean, I'm fairly tugging on this here, and there's nothing that's going to break off on me. Another ease of use with Peak Design straps is that with the manufacturer strap, or some different other third-party camera strap brands would, if you want to extend the length or shorten the length, you have to sort of pull out one part and then pull out another and push in, pull out, do the same on both sides. Peak Design make it really easy for you. They have these little bridges here that if you tug and pull, they actually extend out or shorten the strap for you. And all it is just a pull out, done. Just like that, and you can do that on either side. And again, that's just where the ease of use just comes in, because not only do you get them, they're really durable, like they're made out of an aluminium. Now, another downside that I find about this is that these don't actually lock everything into place. It is quite easy to pull on the strap after that, but these just help give you a little bit of leverage onto the strap. So they would do, and they're made nice and durable. Like you can give this a good fair tugging, and they're not going to break off. I have a lot of confidence on this here, and it's just the ease of use. It just makes life so much more handier. So as I said already, you can actually use this strap in different sort of carrying positions. You give you 3 options. You can use it around the neck, which is the standard way. And I have to say, once it's on your neck, it's extremely comfy. Like, as soon as I got this out of the box originally and put it on, I just felt like I was in heaven because it's just so comfy and so nice on the back of the neck. Would have been nice to maybe have a tiny bit of padding on here. I think they offer that in the higher end Slide, but it would have been nice to have that on here rather than the rubber on the other side, mind you. But hey, even without that, that's ridiculously comfy. I mean, I've had like neoprene straps and all before that have like the bubbles on the back, and I still find this extremely comfortable. So not only do you have the around the neck style, but you also have over the shoulder, and this is just, you know, exactly what it says on the tin. You just take the camera strap off your neck and put it around your shoulder. And this is where the rubberized grip can come in handy, because you can then flip the strap around, and when it's on your shoulder, you don't have as much of a slide around on there. It just sort of keeps everything in place. But it's nice to have a couple of different options and all on there. But the final option as well is the sling. And this is where that little plate I was showing you originally comes into play, because once you have that onto the bottom of your camera, you have another anchor on here. So in the box you get 4 anchors in total, which is really good, I have to say. You know, you get so many. I mean, these anchors, even in time, if they do start to go, these anchors, you're probably talking about 20 odd quid, or you again get another 4 of them. So they're nice and affordable in time, but you get plenty of them in the box too, whether you want to have all of them together or just do what I do. I've done 2 on one camera, I've done a couple on another, plus I have other anchors from other straps that I have. I've got the leash, and I've also got the cuff, which is the wrist one. If you want me to talk about those in another video, I'm glad, I'll be happy to. So once you get this here onto the bottom of your camera, you can then turn your strap into a sling strap. And what's handy about the sling style is that if it's too much pressure on your neck, you can then put more of a pressure on your shoulder. So that way the strap is hanging down over your chest, down one shoulder, and it's hanging more or less. The camera's pretty much sitting on, you know, your hip or your waist or the small of your back. And this sort of way is actually extremely comfortable. More if you have maybe a bigger camera or a bigger lens. It's so ridiculously comfy. Plus, you can hide your camera away if you're walking along, because sometimes if you have it around your neck, it's, you know, it's a lot more noticeable. Whereas hanging down from the side, nobody's really going to see that. And it's just so easy to just swap your anchors, because again, you can then just take one anchor out, put it into the bonnet, and away you go. It again, ease of use is just the reason why Peak Design straps are just probably the best. This strap it's not too badly priced. I mean, you're probably talking about, depending on where you're looking, you're probably talking about sort of 39, 40 quid for this here. I know that probably sounds quite expensive because you can pick up straps that are a lot cheaper, but you know, some of the things that we've talked about here already is just, you know, the build quality. You get a really top quality strap. And then as well the ease of use with the likes of the anchors and longevity. You know, this here will last a lot longer than I've had the cheaper straps and all before, and they don't get comfortable over time and they don't last. You're having to constantly get straps all the time. Whereas with these, you know, your strap will last forever. The only thing you'll probably replace in time is these anchors. But again, you know, you don't have to then get a new strap for that. You just get new bits, and that's it. You know, so it may sound a little expensive, but in the long run, it's going to be so much more ideal for you, just for all these things. And plus, you get a top quality strap on there too. Just to have something like that is really nice compared to your manufacturer's strap. So what are your thoughts? Have you been on the search for a camera strap and you just sort of thought, I don't really know what to get or what to look out for? Or do you own any of the Peak Design products? Well, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know some of your thoughts. And I hope this video has been very helpful for you. And don't be afraid to like, share, subscribe, and also hit that wee bell icon so that you can stay up to date with future videos. But until then guys, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.